All right. I should probably hop off my bed. What's going on, man? Whew. All right, well, first person in here. I appreciate you being here. What is your scent of the day? First question. Start out with an easy question. My scent of the day is Versace Eros EDT. Good fragrance. I know that I'm gonna have to repeat this like 1,000 times because more people are gonna come in, but Eros is still a good fragrance. Solsasad, what's going on? So, speaking about Eros, the original Eros, it's a pretty good fragrance. There's not much to complain about. Like, it smells good, it gets compliments, good longevity and projection. In my opinion, the Eau de Parfum is better. The Parfum's just okay. Eros Energy is pretty good. The best Versace Eros, in my opinion, is Versace Eros Flame. There's a lot of citrus in here. It's citrusy, woodsy, peppery, vanillic. It's a really, really good fragrance. If you have not tried it, definitely try it out. Watching Beast games right now. Is that the thing that Mr. Beast is doing, or is Beast games just some random thing? Sit of the day, off now 9 p.m. Solsasad. I could have got off now 9 p.m. I was supposed to get it in the trade I did, but I didn't get it. I'm still happy with what I got though. Eros EDP, because it's more rich, less sweet, and more mint. Are you saying more rich, less sweet, and more mint compared to the EDT or Flame? I'm assuming you're talking about the EDT. Because Flame, it's sweet, but it's more like a citrusy sweetness. It's not sweet like you think of in this fragrance. Mr. Beast, all right, got you, dude. King, what's going on? Just came out of work and wearing a Fakar. King's just now allowed to be on his phone. You and Grim both live. I didn't even notice that. I don't know if I have Grim's notifications turned on. I might. I know I get notified for some, but I don't think I get notified for all of them. Yeah, compared to the EDT. Gotcha. And I would definitely agree. The EDP of Eros compared to the EDT, EDP is just a little bit more richer. Pretty much everything you said. Richer, less sweet, more mint. A little bit more woods is kind of what I get out of it. Just more masculine fragrance. TPO, what's going on? Lee 14, what's going on? Putting your guys' scent of the day. Let me know what it is. I'm wearing Versace Eros EDT. Good fragrance, basic fragrance, but still definitely a good one. Also, I want y'all to let me know, what is your favorite Eros? Here's a question for y'all. Mine is Eros Flame, but let me know what your favorite is in the comments here. Yeah. So this live, it's not going to be an hour live. I don't think it's going to be a 45-minute live. It kind of depends. I have to work here at 5. It's 3:46 for me right now. I don't know why I'm trying to like point it up because it's on my phone. It's 3:46 for me right now. So I had like 30, like in between 30 or 45 minutes. Best mint fragrance I've smelled or have. Well, it's interesting because the best mint fragrance I've ever smelt is a fragrance that I don't like. So how does that make sense? Best mint fragrance I've smelt is one that I don't like. Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Paradise Garden has a lot of mint in the opening, and it's this minty fruitiness. I love the opening, and then the mint goes away on the dry down. So the best fragrance I've tried that's mint heavy is Le Beau Paradise Garden, but it's only for the opening. I only tried the EDT. King, you definitely got to try Flame. It's so good. My scent of the day was Cremo, Sandalwood, and Suede. My fave Eros is Eros Energy. I like Eros Energy. You have to love citrus for that fragrance. So citrusy sweet. It's 5:46. Yeah, King, we got a 2-hour difference. I think it's so interesting to see, too, with with just like people in time differences on YouTube and stuff like that. Because especially like India and stuff like that, I'll be going live at like 8 o'clock at night, and people are just getting up there. So it's really crazy to see, you know, because I'm having people come in and they're like, "What time is it for you?" Because, you know, I live in a different place. So the trade that I did, the point of this video, I guess, or the video, this live, I guess, the trade that I did. So I traded a 2 ounce of La Nuit de l'Homme, and I traded a 2.5 ounce of Hugo Boss Bottled Extreme. Now, Hugo Boss Bottled Extreme, I paid like 25 bucks for. La Nuit de l'Homme, I paid 20 bucks for because the store was having a huge sale. And originally, I was going to trade that for Off on 9 p.m. and the fragrance that I got. Now, if you guys have seen my short, you guys already know what fragrance I got. But I didn't end up getting Off on 9 p.m. I didn't get anything to substitute for it, but the kid didn't like La Nuit de l'Homme, and he was like, well, maybe I'll just give you Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Superstars. So this is what I ended up getting back. I could have got Bad Boy Superstars and Off on 9 p.m., but as I just said, he didn't want to give me Off on 9 p.m. I'm still happy about this because the value I gave up was like 45 bucks, and this is like 100 bucks. And it's a good fragrance. I do like it. It's interesting though. Note Breakdown smells nothing like this fragrance. Remember you did try Flame. You weren't a fan. You tried Energy, and it's okay. I can see that impression for those fragrances, especially if you had just tried EDT before. Definitely takes time to like Eros Flame. Maybe not so much Eros Energy, but definitely Eros Flame. I liked it when I first got it, but I didn't love it, and I absolutely love it now. Tired, I've been up since 5. Hey, King, you're good. Had a snow day for school, so I'm pretty happy about that. Hey, I wish I had a snow day, but we didn't. Curly scents or curly fragrances, which one do you prefer? Curly scents versus curly fragrances? There's two curly fragrance people? I have no clue. Sub RD, is Jeremy making a comeback? He could. What's it smell like, the Bad Boy? So the note breakdown on this, a lot of citrus, a lot of pepperiness, and like cacao, so chocolate. This fragrance though, it's this, to me, it's like a woodsy coconut fragrance, almost like a woodsy LeBeau. But it's interesting because then there's like some powdery sweetness and some slight floralness. It's just really different compared to what it says on the note breakdown. But then when I spray it, it's just like very citrusy, fresh, sweet. If you have Ultramar, you don't need 9 p.m. I know, and really the only reason why I was gonna get 9 p.m. in that trade is so I could like make a comparison video, maybe hold on to it for a little bit, maybe try it out, because I've never actually worn the fragrance. I've tested it on my skin multiple times and I was never impressed. Who knows? Maybe if I wear it, it could be really good. But I'm not upset about me not getting that fragrance. Remember a lot of fragrance I'm not a fan of, but you tried again and I like them. I remember that, King. Is Commer that good? I've never tried the original, but the Commer was phenomenal. Let's trade. I'll give you my Cobalt. For this one, King, what size? I love Gourmand fragrances. Favorite is Tom Ford Noir Extreme. My top 3 Gourmand fragrances. All right, top 3 Gourmand fragrances. All right. Yeah, this is the right one. All right. So my top 3 Gourmand fragrances are Latafa Kamerkawa. This is not in any particular order. Latafa Kamerkawa. And this is a woodsy cinnamon coffee fragrance, very strong, some praline, some white floral. It's very good fragrance. The next one, this is Paris Corner Tiramisu Speculoos. It smells like a tiramisu. If you don't know, it's like a vanilla and coffee dessert fragrance. So Tiramisu Speculoos, good fragrance. And then the last one, which I would say that this one is borderline gourmand. I'm not going to say it's like an overtly gourmand fragrance. Maison Alhambra Bright Peach. To me, it just smells like opening a pack of peach rings, which is where I get that gourmand feel from. But it's a very nice, very juicy peach, It's a really good fragrance, a different fragrance. And I think if you're a guy, this is better than wearing it if you're a girl, because you don't really see a lot of peach colognes. So it'll definitely make you stand out. All right, let's see. We got a bunch of comments. Have I tried any Game of Spades? I own one. This is the only one I've ever tried, but I own it. This is Game of Spades Full House, the Louis Vuitton Imagination cologne. It's really nice, citrusy, minty fragrance. What about Encre Noir? I've never tried it. I'll give you 1 ml of Jupe Homme for your whole collection. I think I'm kind of scamming you though, RD. Got so many compliments when I wore it. Camera, new favorite fragrance, not even joking. I sprayed it at like 7 in the morning and you could smell it at 7 p.m. Yeah, it's very strong. 3.4 ounce, slightly used. I'm joking, I love Cobalt, I'll never trade it. Not a funny joke, King. Review on Stronger With You EDT. So, Stronger With You EDT, this is my favorite fragrance of all time. It was also my first fragrance. Chestnut and vanilla, smoke and a sugar note, sage and lavender. That's the note breakdown. It's this nutty, balsamic, vanillic fragrance. Sweet, cinnamon, boozy. Really good. It's my favorite out of the whole line. Agree on Tom Ford Noir Extreme. I've worn it 5 times since last Friday. Just got it and I'm in love with it. I gotta try it. I don't know if I have tried that one. Amber Oud, Aqua Dubai, better than Joe Milano. I've never tried the actual Louis Vuitton Imagination. I really do like this one though. Now, it could be different for sure. I've never tried any Amber Oud fragrances. What's that brand? It's Amber Oud. All Harmaine. No, is it All Harmaine? It might be All Harmaine. But this one's really good. Just ordered Wild Card. Hopefully it's good. I've heard that that one's good. Isn't that a Bond Number 9 Lafayette Street clone? Try the Parfum version. It's in a gold bottle. You're saying Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum? Or what are you saying for that one, Kareem? Yes, I'm assuming you're talking about that because you were talking about Noir Extreme. So where do my trades take place? At school. That's where I've done all my trades. And I just trade with people I know. You guys can watch the video that I dropped this morning. And in the video, I'm just talking about, my opinion on secondhand fragrances, what I do, what I recommend you should do. I think trading fragrances is something that's pretty cool if you have the chance to do it. The only issue is now when people try to hit me up to trade, I've kind of traded out like a lot of the fragrances that I don't really love. Apart from like some like cheaper fragrances that just don't hold a lot of value. Where now it's like, I have to give up something that I really like. First fragrance was cheap, something called RR or Roselle. Literally no one knows because you can only buy it on their website. My dad bought it because he uses their beard supplies. Gotcha. All Harmaine is a niche brand. I found out pretty much any Middle Eastern brand is niche. You tried any new releases for this year? I have not, no. Strong With You Intensely versus Kamerakawa comparison. So I wouldn't say the best fragrances to compare, but obviously that's why we would do a comparison. So so Stronger With You Intensely, cinnamon, boozy, sweet praline, or not praline, cinnamon, boozy, sweet. It's a cinnamon, boozy, sweet, vanilla woodsiness, very sugary, sweet fragrance, boozy, very seductive. This is a pre-reformulation bottle, so it still has the toffee and the cinnamon. Very good fragrance, but how does it compare to Lattafa Kamerakawa? So on terms of how similar they smell, they really don't smell that similar. It's probably like a 30-40% similarity. I mean, they're cinnamon, vanilla fragrances. Apart from that, Stronger With You Intensely is more toffee, caramely sweet, and Lattafa Kamerakawa is more coffee, vanilla sweet. Just blind bought Grand Soir. Was it a good decision? I've never tried Grand Soir. I do have Fragrance World's clone of it. This is Fragrance World Barakat Amber Eve. And I like this stuff. It's just like this really good ambery vanilla. So if it smells anything like this, I think it would be a good option. Y'all, please like up the live. 22 people in here, only 4 likes. So please double tap the screen and sub if y'all have not. It's a fresh citrus and floral fragrance. Nice. Top 3 lavender fragrances. Ooh. Le Male Elixir and Ultramalt right off the bat. Just that Le Male lavender is so good. And then I think I'm going to just strike out on all Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances. The original Le Male, Ultramalt, and Le Male Elixir. some of the best lavender fragrances I've ever tried. What's the best Hugo Boss cologne? In my opinion, best one I've ever smelt, and the one I recommend people buy, is the original Hugo Boss bottle. It's just such a good woodsy cinnamon apple fragrance. Very good, decently cheap, decent longevity and projection. Intensely so overrated. It could be a little overrated. What's my most expensive fragrance, and do you regret buying it, or is it worth it? So my most expensive fragrance, I believe, would be City Rhythm Redline 2654. Now, funny, I traded this fragrance and some other fragrances for Parfums de Marly Greenlee and Mancera Instant Crush. Greenlee was my most expensive fragrance, but I got it for a really good deal. I traded Arabian's Tonka for it. So for me, it was a $110 cologne, not $300 cologne. I did a big trade, got some City Rhythm fragrances back, got a Xerjoff bag, got my Joe Milano. So I think that was a pretty good trade. So my most expensive cologne of all time, Parfums de Marly Greenlee. Do not regret getting it because I'm absolutely crazy for Redline 2654 and the other fragrances I got. Thoughts on Azar the Most Wanted? Good line. 9 p.m. versus 9 a.m. 9 p.m. I would say if you could only pick one, 9 a.m. It's fresh, clean citrus. Thoughts on Carolina Herrera 212 VIP? I tried one of them. I don't know which one, but it was almost like a floral Invictus. It was pretty good. Like it's live, y'all. Please like the live. I'm excited to bring out the freshies for the springtime and let the winter ones age for a little bit. Heard when you let Latafa Comra, it smells better. When you let pretty much any Middle Eastern fragrance, but any fragrance age, it's gonna smell better. The best fragrance that, like the fragrance that got better over time in my collection, Maison Alhambra Bright Peach. It was really good to begin with, but it was this synthetic, cloying, sticky, sweet peach, and it's a lot more natural smelling now. So good. Yes, King, I do still have Hugo Boss Dark Blue. This is an interesting fragrance because it's the citrus, fruity ginger in the opening, and then just like a generic blue fragrance in the dry down. Is Le Malt EDT outdated? No. I've never tried any Bougermi fragrances. Instant Crush is so overrated. I absolutely loved it. Kareem, it is, so the brand name is City Rhythm, but this is City Rhythm Redline 2654. You can take a screenshot as well and then search it up in Google Photos. That's another thing you can do. But this is a mix between Parfums de Marly Miami and San Diego. When I smell this fragrance, it almost smells like a blue raspberry bubblegum in a way, or like a blue raspberry Jolly Rancher. But it has a lot of coconut, fruity floralness. This is like a mix between something with that Baccarat Rouge 540 DNA and Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Beau. Such a good fragrance. I highly recommend it. Great longevity and projection as well. Hugo XY review. I've never heard of Hugo XY. I have $1,200 laying around when I'm 16. What should you get when it comes to fragrances? Isaac, I would recommend, first thing, if you're 16 and you don't have like a car or something like that, focus on that with that money. If you do have some extra money, even if you have, everything figured out, I would not spend that whole $1,200 on fragrances. I would say spend maybe $300 or $400. I mean, that even seems like a kind of like crazy amount. But what I would recommend, just get like some fragrances you've been really wanting for a while, or splurge on like a Parfum de Marly, maybe like a Louis Vuitton. Personally, Isaac, I would just recommend don't spend all your money on fragrances. I kind of want to know what Jeremy Fragrance's cologne smell like to see if they're worth the hype. Me too, but they're really expensive. Would Jimmy Choo Man be a good summer cologne? If I remember the bottle's dark gray and black, I have it. It'd be a really good summertime. It's like spring, summer, really good fragrance. You should try fragrances from Pakistan, especially J fragrances. Well, if I try any, then I will. Most anticipated game of 2025 except GTA 6. The new Dying Light. It's I don't know what it's called. It's Dying Light something, and I guess if you bought the Dying Light 2, like Ultimate Edition or something like that, then it gives you the game for free, but it's just like an add-on, but it's like a whole separate game. I don't know. I'm confused. I was like reading in on it and it looked pretty good. Yeah, J perfumes are great. are they like clone fragrances or are they a lot of original fragrances? I think that's like the main question that pops in my head with Middle Eastern fragrances. Even if some brands try and say that like they make all original fragrances, I'm always going to think maybe this is just a clone. Worst colognes you've got? Well, I don't really keep colognes that like I don't like. But worst cologne I've ever smelt, Sauvage Eau Forte. I'm excited for the new JPG Elixir and the new Stronger With You Parfum. They both look so good. What's my 3 favorite fragrance YouTubers? Ooh, Gerard George, one that I love. Gerard George, Nubs Fragrances, Jet Sense. I think those would probably be like my main 3 for sure. Can you suggest, excuse me, can you suggest some everyday colognes with strong performance? Yeah, I'm gonna throw these fragrances back real quick. 9 p.m. used to be my everyday cologne. Got tired of it. Would 9 a.m. be a good buy? I think 9 a.m. would be a good buy. It's not similar to 9 p.m. in any way because they're just like 2 total opposite fragrances. But for something to switch to for the warmer weather, it would be really good for sure. Is Polo 67 worth the hype? If you want just like a nice, fresh, clean fragrance, it's pretty good. What are my thoughts on Dior Fahrenheit? Your dad wants to know is his go-to fragrance. So I actually kind of like Dior Fahrenheit. Definitely has an old school vibe, but it's like this old school, musky, like leathery vibe. I don't really get like gasoline from it, but it's pretty good in my opinion. I gotta keep up the work. Hey King, I appreciate it. Have a good night. What got me into collecting? So I got my first cologne, which was Stronger With You EDT, and I just got like interested after that. I always thought it was interesting how, you know, fragrances are different, how some brands do something with like a specific note differently than another brand. And then I also just kind of wanted to learn about fragrances, which I just ended up getting in that way. I just did a lot of like learning, and it was really fascinating to me. That's how I truly got into fragrances. It was just something fascinating, something new to learn about, and I absolutely love fragrances. All right, but what was the question? Okay, strong everyday colognes with good performance. Strong everyday cologne with good performance. Actually, I'm gonna switch this one. Here, I'm bringing 2 at you right now. So 2 everyday fragrances that have really good performance. Versace Dylan Blue, Dior Sauvage EDT. Versace Dylan Blue, it's this synthetic, sweet bergamot, very clean. I absolutely love this fragrance. Need to wear it again here soon. Very good year-round. Good longevity and projection, obviously, as you asked for. Dior Sauvage EDT. It's this I don't know what just happened to me. It's this peppery, citrusy, woodsy fragrance. Great longevity and projection. Beautiful fragrance. Tom Ford perfumes, bottom to top. Just like my... Okay, I'll give you my top 3. 3... Oud Mineral. 2, Ombre Leather Parfum. 1, I'm not going to flip you guys off. 1 would be the only Tom Ford I have in my collection. This is Tom Ford Black Orchid EDT. Very good fragrance. Favorite you don't have, JPG Elixir, Spice Monk Stream. Want them so bad. Probably going to get Cream of Spice and Black Vanilla, which is a good dupe I heard. Get Spice and Black Vanilla, and get Rayhan Elixir for Le Mans Elixir. Sauvage Eau Forte, weirdest fragrance I've ever tried, like spraying milk in your hands and clothes. It's weak. I think you see the point. No, yeah, for sure. And like, I understand why they made that fragrance, but they also could have just made it smell the exact same way that the original Sauvage smells. I think that would be better than like making up this new fragrance. Like if it just smelled like Sauvage, it would be so much better. Almost bought 1 Million Lucky. Wasn't sure because I didn't know what it smelled like because it was in the store with all the other fragrances. To me, it's like a syrupy sweet hazelnut. I don't really like it. I love sweet fragrances. That one's way too sweet for me. Something about it just rubs me the wrong way. Really don't know why. I've tried to like it. I've really tried to like it, but you just can't. There are a lot of fragrances that like I'll try and like, but just won't end up liking it. What state am I from? I'm from Montana. Worst fragrance you've ever smelled? Calvin Klein Obsession, because it's strong. Smells like an old man to me. Same with Polo Green. I mean, I don't think Obsession's that bad. I don't think Polo Green's that bad. Like, they're just outdated fragrances. Damn Sense says, recommend anywhere to trade. I have over 350 fragrances. So I personally just trade with people I know. I think that's the most easiest thing to do. But you could join some Facebook fragrance groups. That's something I've heard you could do. 1 Million Elixir or Parfum. I think that they're both phenomenal. Right now, I'm going to say Elixir because it's going to be a little bit better in that cooler weather. But for a year-round scent, go Parfum. Man, how do you afford these many perfumes? So, one, I've been collecting since 2022. So, I've accumulated this over a little over 2 years. Some of them were bought as gifts. Others I worked for, and then I also have a job as well. Brian, what's going on, man? How's your day going? Love the smell of 1 Million Lucky. Just doesn't last long. Sprayed on my wrist at Macy's. Was there for an hour. Was pretty much gone when you walked out. Damn. Micah stole all his fragrances from Sephora. I did. I have CK Obsession. Definitely not something young man should wear, but it doesn't smell bad. I don't think it smells bad. I definitely smell it, and I think, wow, this is kind of like an old-smelling fragrance, but I don't think it's bad by any means. 1 Million Royal is pretty good. 1 Million Royal is pretty good. I think my favorite 1 Millions, Parfum, Royal, and Elixir. But those ones really just depend on how the weather's like, because if it's really cold, I'm going Elixir. But when I don't have these fragrances, if I had these fragrances, if it's cold, I'd go Elixir. If it's a little bit warmer, maybe I'd go Parfum. But it really just depends. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put these fragrances. I genuinely have no clue. Can gray flannel fit right there? Gray flannel cannot fit right there. I don't know, dude. 1 Million Golden Oud is fire. I tried the new 1 Million. I didn't really like it. Top Calvin Klein. Okay, top 3. I've only tried 3, and I own 2 of them that I've tried. I own CK1 and CK1 Shock. CK1 Shock's my favorite. Then I think I'd probably go Calvin Klein Eternity at second, and then CK1 at third. But they're all good fragrances. Hugo Milestone, best cheap fragrance in my opinion. Nice, fresh, woodsy fragrance for $9. Decent projection, lasts about 5 to 6 hours on me. I really want to get, I think it's Cuba Gold that smells like the original Le Male. I smelt it one time, smells just like it. I think Elixir is the sweetest fragrance I've ever tried. There are sweeter fragrances I've tried. I would say, like, I'm assuming you're talking about John, or you talk about 1 Million Elixir or John Paul Gaultier Elixir. They're like on the same par for me, sweetness wise. But I would even say 1 Million Lucky is sweeter than that. It's so hazelnut sweet. I cannot get behind it. Gray Flannel. This is an old fragrance. It came out in the 70s. This fragrance, I think it's decent. I paid $11 for this 4 ounce. So it's a pretty cheap fragrance. And I will bust this out eventually. It's very green when I first spray it. And when I smell it, it's very green. But on the dry down, it's this powdery old school vibe. The only thing I don't like, it's this dirty greenness. Like it almost has this manure opening. It's really not that good in the opening. But on the dry down, it's half decent. But I mean, when I smell this fragrance, it definitely does remind me of the 70s. Dry down, 7.5 out of 10. Opening, if you don't mind smelling like a barn for like 10 minutes, then it's fine. Veteran Oud is a sleeper. What is Veteran Oud? Thoughts on Cuba? No. I watched some of his stuff. I'm not like a huge fan, but he's decent. I know it's like honeyed popcorn, not a good smell. Are you saying, Nizri, are you saying Le Male Elixir or 1 Million Elixir? Can you guess where I'm from based on my name? Egypt, Morocco. Oh, okay, you're going to give me some guesses, I guess. So I'll let you get all of them in. Hopping on and off the lives, one Grim Lives, trying to show love to both y'all. Hey, Brian, you're totally good, man. I get it. And I appreciate you doing that. 1 Million Lucky. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I think 1 Million Lucky is just a little horrible. Sweetest fragrance I've ever tried. Probably 1 million luckier. Goodfellow & Co. Grapefruit and cypress. Goodfellow one. Is good. They just went too heavy on the grapefruit. Got you. Okay. So Karim, are you from Egypt, Morocco, or Algeria? Okay. Looking at your picture, I can't really see you. I'm gonna say no to Algeria. I believe Algeria is in Africa, but I could be mistaken. I've never taken a geography class. Morocco. Where is Morocco? Morocco's somewhere in like Europe. I don't know. But I'm gonna go, and then based off the name, I'm gonna say Egypt, but I could be wrong, and I wouldn't be surprised if I'm wrong. Fragrance one, perfume, Beast ones. I really want to try them. Desperately want to try date for men and stuff. What's up, bro? Montrese, how's it going? I am gonna have to get going here soon, y'all. It's only been 30 minutes, but I'll stay for a little bit longer. Are fragrance one perfumes worth the price? I'm not sure. I've never tried them. But they seem to be good. All right, I'm gonna head out. See you in the next stream, and I'll be sure to comment on your vids. Hey, TPO, I appreciate it, man. You have a nice night. Top 3 highest rated horror movies you didn't enjoy. Okay, so I guess one we'll say just is like a whole series. So Nightmare on Elm Street, was never a fan. Freddy Krueger, like, yeah, he's okay, but I'd rather watch Michael Myers or I'd rather watch Jason. So the whole Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, don't really like it. So there's one. The next two, the Winnie the Pooh like horror movie that came out, which it's not like a highly rated movie, but a lot of people were saying it was good. It was a horrible fragrance, or it was a horrible fragrance. It was a horrible movie. The fragrances are just in my brain right now. That was a horrible movie. And then I'm gonna say it's a horror movie I did not really like. I want to go for like a popular one. The new, I guess not the new reboot, but like the 2009 reboot of Friday the 13th, don't really think was that good. Hugo Boss Absolute is very dark and leathery. I might like it. I'm very particular with my leather, though, for sure. Morocco is the best. They're all in Africa. I'm from Morocco. Well, I knew I was wrong, but that is cool. I don't know. I was just thinking the name Kareem. I was like, kind of sounds Egyptian, but I was thinking Middle East. I was thinking somewhere in the Middle East, honestly, just based off your name. Hey, long time no see. Endless summer. It has been. How's it going? What's my routine nowadays? Are you saying like my routine with like just like my normal routine, or like what? Have you seen Perfume, A Story of Murder? I have not. Is it a documentary? Well, I mean, I would assume it's like a documentary. Fuck, dumb question. Gotta say, I used to hate Versace Eros Flame, but it's massively underrated. You know what else is massive? Low taper fit. No, I agree with you. Eros Flame, it was one that I didn't like love at first. Like I got it and I think it was pretty good, but it wasn't crazy. And now I absolutely love it. I've liked all your videos and I've been subscribed for a while. I remember you. Yeah, for sure. What's up? My vintage radio came in pretty good. One of my friends said it's really unique and one of the best clones I smell. Lil Ray, right? What do you think about it? Most awkward moment in class? Well, there's one that happened today. In my math class, these two girls were arguing, and like they're friends. Well, they were friends, and then they weren't friends, and everyone thought that they weren't friends, and then they were sitting at the same table, and this girl loudly goes, "You need to look up the definition for being rude and for being a bitch," and it like yells it out in class, and then she's like gets up and just like walks to a different table. It was so awkward. What's on my... Oh, I already read that. Daily routine. Okay, what's my day like? Wake up at 7 in the morning, get ready, take a shower, brush my teeth, film my videos, start my car, eat something or drink a coffee, go to school. I get out my lunch break like 12 o'clock, finish school. Then if I don't have work that night, I'm either coming home, doing a live, I'm either going to my girlfriend's house or taking her back over to my house. I'm hanging out with my dad. It really just depends. I never have, or, I work if I work, if I'm scheduled to work. Like today, I got off school at 2:30 because it's early out, and I go to work here at 5 in 44 minutes. And then if I get off work, I go to bed at like 11, and I go to bed at 11 normally, do it all again. Are you in college? I'm not. I'm in high school. Scent of the day, Latafa, Teriyaki, Intense. What does that smell like? Valentine's gift ideas for a girl. So I bought my girlfriend a what am I thinking? I bought her like this big Hello Kitty like Valentine's Day plush, but it like stands up. Honestly, the best Valentine's Day gift you can get your girlfriend, just take them to a store that they like and just let them pick out something because they're gonna pick out what they actually want. And now it won't have that sentimental value in the sense that it won't have that sentimental value of you giving it, like actually like surprising her with it. But I think it's better to get her something that she'd probably want than something that you think she would want. Favorite coffee scented fragrance, Latafa Kamerkawa. Did you ever break a bottle by accident? I've never broke a bottle. I almost have. One time I was rearranging my whole room. I used to have my filming set up on the other side of my room, and I was moving everything, and I had Versace Eros on my desk, and I don't know what I did, but for whatever reason, I didn't have the cap, or no, I did have the cap on. And I must like bumped into it or did something, and it dropped, and the cap went one way, and this whole like top was broken off, like the whole atomizer was broken off, but the juice still stayed in place because like the actual sprayer part was keeping it in place. And then I was convinced it was fucked, but it was fine. Start putting your guys' last comments, and I'm gonna get going. Best perfumes to gift your girlfriend. Maison Alhambra, lovely cherry, really good fragrance. And then another one I would recommend with the Sabrina Carpenter perfume, so good. Well, buy your fragrance, you definitely could. Fragrance I hate besides Jupe Homme, it would be Sauvage Forte. Escada Party Love, what does that mean? I have no clue what that means, Sil Assad. Recommend an aquatic fragrance? Yes, I can recommend an aquatic fragrance for sure. My top recommendation for an aquatic fragrance would be Acqua di Gio Profondo. Two aquatic notes. There is Aqua Zone and sea notes, so it's a very aquatic fragrance. There's a lot of citrus. There is some woodiness, some slight pepperiness, but this is just a really easy wear, dumb reach fragrance, decent longevity and projection. You can wear this year round and you will get a lot of compliments with it. Did I try Le Beau Flower Edition? No, I have not. Top 5 fragrances I want to try. Stronger With You Parfum, Stronger With You Freeze. The Scandal line from Jean Paul Gaultier, so we'll count that as 1. So there's 3. Acqua di Gio Profumo. I've heard Profumo is really good, but I've never tried it. And then number 5, Louis Vuitton City of Stars. Acqua di Gio, best one, I don't know, Profumo, Profondo, etc. Okay, so the best Acqua di Gios, in my opinion, my top... I really only have 2 that I like that I've smelled, though. Number 1 would be Profondo, and number 2 would be the EDT. Profondo is ass. Sil Assad, you're capping your ass off. Do you have Le Beau Parfum? No, I have the original Scandal Le Parfum, such a sleeper. I got a few compliments today. I really want to try it. No stores around me sell the Scandal fragrances. They sell Jean Paul Gaultier, like the Le Male fragrances or the Le Beau fragrances, but they don't sell the Scandals. Bulgari Aqua or Acqua di Gio. I've never tried any Bulgari fragrances, but Aqua seems good. I've seen a decent amount of like good things about it, and it's something I would definitely be open to trying and would want to try for sure. But y'all put in your guys' last comments because I got to get going. I got to get ready to go to work. Sorry, Sil Assad, you better be. I have not tried Hashavat, and also Sil Assad, I'm obviously kidding with you. What about Pegasus? Your favorite PDM besides Leighton, of course. I've never tried Pegasus. I tried Leighton and Greenlee. I own Greenlee. I really love Greenlee. Leighton just wasn't that good. Do you like Sauvage EDT? I do like Sauvage EDT. I prefer the Elixir over it, but how my ranking of the Sauvage line goes, Sauvage Elixir number 1, Sauvage EDT number 2, Sauvage EDP number 3, Parfum 4, and then 5 would be Eau Forte. Yo, gotta go to work, fam. Love you, bro. Keep the grind up, fam. Hey, Brian, I'm right behind you. I gotta go to work here in a little bit too. Have a good day, man. Love you, bro. Have I tried Coach fragrances? I've tried Coach Platinum, Coach Green, Coach Blue. Coach Platinum's my number 1, then Green, then Blue. Blue's good, but it's nothing insane. Plan to buy Scandal EDT, Toomey, Continuum, Bad Boy Extreme. Nice. Leighton is terrible. I can't stand it. I don't think it was a terrible fragrance, but so overhyped. when people talk about the Leighton, they're like, it smells like an apple pie. It does not smell like an apple pie. What does apple pie smell like? Wood? I need to get a Mancera for winter. What do you suggest? Mancera Instant Crush is really good, but the better one for winter, in my opinion, Mancera Tonka Cola. This smells like a citrusy Coca-Cola candy, very fizzy, phenomenal fragrance, great longevity and projection. But that is gonna do it for this video. 40 minutes. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Have a good night. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good day. Stay safe, everyone. I love each and every one of y'all. Lil Ray Ray, have a good night. I appreciate y'all. Please drop a sub and a like if y'all have not. Hey, C2, my boy. Welcome in. Dang, I'm late. C2, you are good, man. C2, me and you definitely need to go live at some point soon for sure. I need to go live with more people. Like Brian, King Fragrance, Barry, if he ever comes back. I'm sure I could get Barry to hop on for a live. But y'all have a good night. I'll see you all later. Peace, everyone. Have a good night.